Sir, I live in Alabama. I don't write comedy. I report comedy. You know where the comedy comes from? It comes from you people. And you're good at it, too. I just write it down, tell it back to you, you laugh, and they pay me. That's a pretty good job, isn't it? Unlimited supply of comedy. Especially, would like to thank some, I ain't got time to thank them all tonight, y'all, and don't know their names. But here's some of the people that have helped me in my career in the state of Alabama. I would like to thank the woman in Curry, Alabama, that I went in and I was looking for a Subway sandwich. Y'all, I got in the habit on Sunday morning after church eating a Subway sandwich, so I moved up to Walker County, and I just figured, you know, there's one on every corner here, and I run up down the 78 highway and got a little aggravated. I pulled in this BP station. I went in there and I said, ma'am, do y'all have a Subway here? And she said, we don't even have bus service. I'd also like to thank the woman at the Mother Walmart. Now, there's a place to get some comedy, ain't it, huh? You better believe it. Thank God for Walmart. That's a great store, isn't it? It's the only place in the world you can get up in the middle of the night, go for some Q-tips. Come back with $800 worth of stuff you know. You get home, you got 16 plastic sacks, got weed eater string on him on the way there. Went in there, y'all, just to get my grandson a super soaker water gun. You parents know what I'm talking about? Got a tank on top, pump it up about 10,000 PSI and shoot the retina right out of your eye. Remember the little wimpy water gun we had, sir? Shoot about 6 feet. Now they got one shoot through plywood. I said, Sheila, you got to them, well, it's a door lady. She's going to be named Sheila, ain't she? Y'all know Sheila. Got one eye looking off in this direction. You walk in, you want a buggy? Are you talking to me, man? I just go make some casual conversation, because if I run into somebody a little weird, I got to talk to them, y'all. I said, Sheila, y'all open 24 hours? She said, yeah, on the road. I said, how about you make pretty good money here at Walmart 2 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night? She said, oh, if it wasn't for taxes. Taxes is good. I said, I know it, Sheila. I read in the USA Today where we work from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock just to pay her taxes. She said, I know it. That's why I work on the second shift. They're going to get harder than this, y'all. Work with me, okay? Anyway, I said, Sheila, you got a super soaker water gun. My grandson's birthday's tomorrow, and I almost forgot about it. And that's what he wants, to take to Florida with him. She said, I think we got one back here somewhere. And I started down the aisle behind her, about halfway down the aisle. I said, remember, these are kind you shoot real far? She said, no, these just shoot water. He's trying to make me feel stupid, and I don't think they got it for kids to shoot far. Be stupid, catch stuff on fire. I should have left with my water gun. If that ain't the Walmart way, is it, sir? No. Sam couldn't have made all them billions of dollars if we got that one thing and walked out. We will buy something we don't even. First of all, it's impulse. They pile stuff up in the aisle. They figure if you walk around VCRs long enough, you'll stop and buy one of them. I stopped in front of a big display, y'all. It's a salad dressing in a powder in a package. You tear the top off, you put your water vinegar right in the package, you throw it on your salad, you throw the package away. I was just looking at it. Sheila walks up. She said, boy, that's great, isn't it? Salad dressed in a powder. I said, yes, ma'am, you got any Caesars? She said, you don't need those Caesars. Just tear it open with your mouth. I wanted to marry that woman. You know, comedy comes in threes. I'm not going to leave a whale. You don't leave a gold mine till you know where there's ain't no left gold left in, do you, man? I thought, maybe she's good for one more. I said, Sheila, y'all, you ever use this product? She said, oh, every night when Earl comes home from the railroad, I fix him a nice double-wide salad. I said, what? She said, a double-wide salad. I said, what's that? She said, that's for people who can't afford a house salad. I told you they was going to get harder now. Oh, we had endearing terms. Y'all, it wasn't that bad. I was just joking. Y'all know we had endearing terms. I'll give you a minute to see if you can think of one. No, we had some endearing terms. Maybe y'all don't remember. I remember. It's too many to mention tonight, but we'll narrow them down to my two favorites. My favorite endearing term, maybe yours from your mama. I brought you in the world, I can darn sure take you out. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, that'll come in handy later. My favorite from your daddy. Do you remember this was my all-time favorite endearing term? Hell, he won't do it but one time. Throw him in the day party. He won't drown but once. William, think what, to put a cover over that fan? Mickey's liable to stick his hand there and cut a finger off. He won't do it but one time. I'm a champion of parents. I'm a champion of parents, y'all. Love your parents. Love your young parents. You know why I love young parents? I got a lot of respect for them. Because they got things to keep theirs out of we couldn't even thought of. We couldn't have got drunk and stayed out all night and thought of the things that they got to keep them out of. Things that we did, Mama used to say, gonna send us to hell. They got to have a meth lab or something in the basement for them to go to hell. All we had to do was go to hell and shoot a little pool. Not in case you shoot no pool, you're going to hell. They got to be a lot better nowadays. There's a lot out there. And it really aggravates me, y'all, when I hear this, and it's politically correct, all might. See if you agree with me. Don't you see a pattern here of anybody that's got a problem now blaming on their mom and daddy? That's our way out, see? Because we don't want to take responsibility for what we do anymore. Got to be somebody else's fault. Got to be mom and daddy's fault. Makes me so mad. You're going to get the blame, y'all. You're going to get the blame. Just go ahead and get ready for it right now. It's going to happen. But don't be laying there in the middle of the night in the bed when they do it and you won't have anything to say. Go ahead and be thinking about what you're going to say when they come in and try to blame you. I did. I don't know how y'all decided to have kids about 3 years into the marriage. Save up about $80. Ex-wife woke me up and said, "Baby, I think it's time to start talking about raising a family." I said, "That's a big decision. We won't make a bigger decision than this for the rest of our lives. I'm going to talk about this the right way." I put a white piece of paper on the bedroom wall, y'all, and I drew a line down the middle. And I put all the pluses of having kids on one side and the minuses on this side, and we looked at it and decided to get a dog. Had $75, drove to McCalla, Alabama, down here below Bessemer to get the dog. Got in there, the lady wanted $100. I can now for $75. Came back home 9 months later, my wife gives birth to my son, Scott. He's 32 now, still living with me. Come stumbling in the other night from therapy, knocking on my bedroom door. "Daddy, I hate to bother you, but the therapist said we had to talk about this tonight. It couldn't wait till tomorrow." I said, "Come on in. I'm going to sit on the bed in the bed. I'm going to blame the only friend he's got back in his life." He said, "Daddy, this is so hard for me to tell you this, but the therapist said tell you because of you, Daddy. Because of you, Daddy, I'm a type A personality, suffer from schizophrenia and severe depression." I said, "Dang, boy, don't blame me. About $25 more, you'd have been a shit soon." You be laying in your driveway right there. Well, I'm going to close with just one more little joke. I want to thank y'all before I do for having me out tonight. I don't know what I would have been doing. I wouldn't have been making any money. I'm serious. A great company. A great company. I like to see them coming. I don't know if everybody's that way or not, but, you know, most of the time y'all don't want no money. Got me something. May not be what I ordered, but you brought it to me. I got a younger friend. Y'all always ask me for advice on kids. Don't ask me for no advice on kids. They all different, ain't they, man? Every one of them's different. Be careful about advice about raising kids. You got to know them. All I can say is love them, educate them, do everything you can for them. But I don't give a lot of advice. He was working on my car the other day, and his were visiting. And his was with him, and my two were out there in the yard, and they were throwing a football while we worked on my car. He come out of the car covered with grease. Y'all asked me what I thought was a pretty good question. He said, can you have any fun with them when they get grown? I said, what? He said, well, mine's little. See, I can get out in the floor and wrestle and play Nintendo. And I'm a T-ball coach. I take them hunting and fishing. Man, I have so much fun when they're little. Can you have any fun with them when they get 6'2" grown? I said, oh, you can have more fun with them when they're big, when they're little. Different kind of fun. Mostly fun for us, but don't they owe us some fun? I think so. This is where the fun comes in. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. My oldest boy built a home in Columbiana, Alabama, y'all. Beautiful brick home. Built me my own room right across the hall from their room, called Pawpaw's room. Ain't no visiting room, my room. I got the key. I go by there, I stay as long as I want. I play with your grandbaby. I thought, son, this is so nice. Thank you so much. Laying there in my underwear about 2 o'clock one morning, christening Pawpaw's room for the first night. Got up, went across the hall, got up in the bed, my son and my daughter-in-law. Under the cover. I was rooting around, trying to get comfortable. The son finally woke up and said, Daddy, what are you doing? I said, I had a bad dream. I'm out sleeping y'all. There's something making a noise in my closet. I peed on that mattress a little bit. You might want to put that out in the sun tomorrow. Here's the most fun you have with it, folks. Promise me you'll do this. Promise you'll do this when you pass on to a better life. I made it real easy and I made it fun. All you need is 3 things to make it work good. Sunday night, late, pouring down rain. Sunday night, late, pouring down rain. Called my oldest boy. I said, son, you got to go over right now. I need something real bad. He said, what? I said, get your butt over. I need it tonight and I need it bad. About 30 minutes later, he comes sliding in the driveway, like to knock the front door off the hinges. Come running down the hall, throw the light on. I'm laying in the bed. He said, Daddy, it's 10 minutes to 12, pouring down rain, Sunday night. What in the world do you need so bad? I said, I think I'm going to die if I don't have a piece of white poster paper. Y'all, I'm Mickey Dean. I had a ball. Thank you so much. Thank you, GPS. Thank you.